You're on the Unpopular Opinion Show with Johnny Caruso. Welcome to the show. Hey guys, we got a special show for you today. If you look here up to the right, you'll see a timestamp of our video. And at the end there, you'll see we're going to give our unpopular opinion take of the day. I'm your host, Johnny Caruso. Let's get right into it.
A lot of respect for, but a veteran offensive line coming back, playmakers on the outside. Williams and Wesco are outstanding receivers. So you guys already know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. This is going to be a great challenge, one that we're excited about, one that we're up for. Any goal that you put out there, it's not worthwhile unless it's a challenge. And so this will be a great challenge that our kids are excited about. So that's all I have. Excited to get going and get ready for Clemson. Questions?
Coach, right down here, you talked about bringing in the right guys, and we've talked about this all fall camp. Going into this game, having a center like Braylon Moore who's played a lot, what does that do for the rest of your offensive line and kind of settling some things down? I know you guys have been working through some battles in fall camp.
Yeah, it does that. I mean, certainly the intentions here to get to the press conference that I want is that we brought in some veteran players that in this environment at Clemson, he's been through it. He opened up against Clemson last year as the starting center at Virginia Tech, so he knows what it's like to play against Woods. He's got that experience. So when you go on the road and you play in an environment like that, you want to bring in veteran guys that, bring that composure and leadership and experience, right? Experience is the greatest teacher. So that means a lot, clearly, that, he'll have a great influence on the offensive line.
I think we'll get the injury report Thursday. Is there anything that we need to know early in that regard?
No, I think, we had a couple of bumps and bruises, as most would, but I would think that at this point, right now, as I stand in front of you, we expect everybody to be available to us.
You talked about competition and how good it was for your team. You had a couple of positions that felt like they were still, undecided, I guess. Is it important to shore that up, or are you going to use this last week all the way up to kick?
Yeah, I don't know that you always need a static 22. You don't want everybody in a position where you're rotating every single player, but there will be a couple of positions where we'll have some rotation, and I think it will be good for us. I think it makes us better. And so, we look at, different battles, right? We're going to play a number of defensive ends and defensive tackles. It's because we'll be better because of it. I think the same thing would be true on the offensive line. You're going to see more than just 5 guys out there. You'll see, at least 6 or 7, could be as many as 8 offensive linemen playing for us. Oh yeah. It's okay to rotate offensive linemen in. They can do that too.
Hey, Coach, unless you want to name a starter at that left guard spot right now, what is maybe one positive, or what's kind of one strength of each of those 3 guys between Chester, Mabenga, and Eccles, and kind of what do you want to see this week from that group?
That's a good question. I think each one brings a little bit different. Paul actually moves very well for us, right? He can handle movements. He's been more consistent from that standpoint. DJ, you love the fact that he played so much football for you last year. He is in a new position if he is at the guard position from the center position, but we like his size, we like his smarts, we like his experience. And then with Cohen, he's physically strong. So if you get into a one-on-one matchup against an elite defensive tackle, he can hold his own physically. And so each one of them brings a little bit to the table, if you will, and that's why most likely you're going to see them all playing.
You heard that? That was quite telling. That was quite telling there when they got to talking about the defensive line. Of course, they're going to alternate because they're deep, bring guys in and out. The old Les Miles defenses would do that because they were so deep. They just want to. The thinking is keep guys fresh, just keep them coming in and keep them at full speed because you got so much talent. And did you hear Brian Kelly? Oh yeah, we're gonna do the offensive line like that. And somebody must have looked at him like cockeyed because he was like, "Oh yeah, you could do that to the offensive line." Says no one ever. But I guess that's gonna be a thing this year, and you know I'm all for it because it's obviously we don't have the guys, the dudes. Because in the offense line, when you have the dudes, those are your starters. There's no rotating. You know, you wear one wheel down till it's out, and then you keep a guy, you know, learning and then coming in to fill the position. There's no rotating offensive line. I've never heard of it. It's obviously because we don't have a starting five. That's why he's doing it. But I think because you know your defensive line is so strong, you have to give those guys kind of benefit of the doubt. And perhaps, I don't think Clemson's defensive line, when those boys are as good as our line. Of them, I just don't think they are. What I think we're going to see is some switcheroo on our offensive line in and out the game. And Kelly is not going to let this game get away. He sees a... Love you too, baby. He sees a guy performing well at a position, he's going to leave him in. Obviously, we know Braylon Moore, the center, is going to be a lock. Maybe one or two other guys a lock. But, you know, that DJ Chester spot, Thomas spot, Echo spot, some of these Lubango spots, some of these spots, yeah, baby, you can have it. Bring it over here. Some of these spots are not a lock. Come the second half, I think you're going to see some guys go in and stay in. I think they're going to play that you get to start the first quarter and you get to start the second quarter, and whoever we feel like wins out the job, they'll get to start the whole half. And because Kelly knows he's got to win this game for player morale, for his own morale, he's got to win this game. I've said it many times on his channel. Nick Saban's championship teams have never lost week one. Yeah, we know the math. You can make the playoffs. So some of y'all are burnt out of shape. You know, hell, you can lose 3 games these days and make the playoffs. Like, that's not what it's about. You don't want to go to playoffs just to get bounced in round 1. And plus, you got to play more teams now in the playoff. You know, you really, we can make the playoff with 3 losses. Okay. And you got to play more games to win it all. Like, dude, you don't lose week 1 and think you're going to be a champion at the end of the year. It's not going to happen. So, this is my unpopular opinion, is that we're playing these guys on the offensive line, and there will be 2 key positions that we've been talking about, that one guy will probably get 1 quarter, and the other guy will play the next quarter. Or they may just alternate them in and out. You play a series, then you play a series, then you play a series, then you play a series. And by halftime, Kelly is going to see, hey man, who's struggling out there, and can we plug up those holes by halftime? And then so that the offense can come out in the second half in a rhythm. Just in case, because I don't see on the guys on the offensive line, I mean, if they're pushing guys around and, you know, we're able to run the ball and pass the ball, you're not going to see none of that rotational crap. That's just going to be what it is. We're going to roll with that. I almost guarantee it. Look, guys, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and we'll keep you updated on everything LSU. We got some pretty good videos coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned. Go Tigers. Thank you for tuning in to the show. If you agree or disagree, leave your comments in the comment section. But before you check out, give us a subscribe and hit that notification bell.